Welcome back to Pittsburgh Today Live. This Sunday, Parade magazine is out with a cover story, What People Earn. It shows people all across the country, their ages, their job titles, and, very interesting, their salaries. Parade says it's one of their most popular features. This is the 22nd annual salary report. This Sunday's edition features a woman from Pittsburgh. She's a 40-year-old secretary who makes $23,000 a year. But it also looks at people like Hollywood and sports stars who, of course, make millions a year, and some other unusual professions, like a blackjack dealer who makes $10,000. If you'd like to be featured in next year's survey, Parade magazine is taking requests from volunteers now at parade.com. Well, everyone knows Martha Stewart makes a lot of money, and now that she's out of prison with 2 new television shows lined up and her stock price is soaring, her future looks pretty bright. Still, she has some fence mending to do with the public. Duquesne University marketing professor Audrey Guskey joins us now on what Martha is doing to improve her image and win over the public. Thanks so much for joining us today. A lot to talk about here. We were just saying she handled this whole thing beautifully.
Oh, she did. She always was a true marketer. But when you look at what she's done since she's been in prison, she went from a pretty much the villain to the victim. She didn't handle the trial very well, but the way she handled prison life and the things that she supposedly came out of and the change of heart and the prison rights and, you know, palling up with the prisoners and even coming out and wearing a crocheted poncho that one of the prisoners had made suggests the image has softened. So she's become a new Martha, and I think as a result become more of a superstar as a corporate executive than she was before she went in.
So you really think people are going to buy this? I mean, or even a little more. We were talking about the fact that before she had this image of perfection, and some people hated her for that.
Right. Martha is known for taking something that's damaged and making it perfect again, and in a sense that's what she's done to her image. And so I think that maybe some people won't buy it, but the people that are near and dear to her heart and her pocketbook, her loyal fans that watched her for all these years and buy her magazines and her merchandise, I think are going to continue to support her even more so than ever.
Wow, that's pretty unbelievable. So she handled jail time well. Her exit was unbelievable. Again, as you say, she had the shawl on. She even had, I think, a flatbed there for all the media. She knew they were going to be there, and she was smiling for the cameras.
Yeah, she's serving coffee and donuts to all the media, which is a typical Martha.
Typical Martha. What does she need to do now, though, to kind of hold on to this?
Well, it was a huge hoopla when she first got out, obviously, and her stock quadrupled, and so things were very, very strong. Stocks have dropped a little bit since since Friday when she got out, and so she needs to continue to be strong. She needs to continue to stay in the face of the public. She's doing the TV shows, as you said. Her magazine subscriptions seem like they have increased. The merchandising that she's selling through Kmart is really doing very well. Of all her businesses, that's the one that's the strongest. And so I think she just needs to continue to push it. People were afraid, even before she had done all of these bad things, that her image, you know, she is the company. She is a personification of Martha Stewart living. And so when you have something like that where the image relies upon one individual, people are afraid, what if something happens to her? She dies, she gets sick, or something bad occurs, which did. And so it seems like the company has revolved around her. That's a dangerous thing. And the company has been trying to pull back from that image. But I think at least for the next couple of months, they're going to focus once again on Martha because, as I said, you know, she is Martha Stewart living.
So when we go into the stores, we're still going to see her image buying comforters from someone who just got out of jail.
Exactly. And I'm anxious to see her new TV shows, too. I think a lot of people will be tuning in just out of curiosity.
Do you think that'll help her sales of her items, too, you think?
Well, it depends. You know, it depends on how they position her in The Apprentice show, because if they position her similar to Donald Trump being very aggressive and very nasty, that's not going to work. So I think
that's good TV.
but people are going to be watching it. Yeah. So
she's one or the other.
Yeah. So I think she's going to have to be careful in how she portrays herself.
Audrey, very interesting. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Rebecca.